everyone. Happy Monday. I'm the Gray Strega, and I'm here to give you your daily collective read for today. We are going to get started on today's daily collective read in the next few minutes, but if you would like to get on the list for a personal reading, the list, as always, is open. As always, it is 3 cards for a donation of $29 or more, 4 cards for a donation of $23 or more for my subscribers, links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps. Those are pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. We are also doing 2 giveaways today. Our first reading giveaway is going to be a free reading when we get to 50K likes, so make sure that you're tapping that screen. We will get to 50K in no time. The other reading giveaway we'll be doing today is a reading giveaway for the highest gifter between now and the conclusion of the daily collective read. Prior to be doing our today's daily collective read, I will be giving a brief recap on what we've been seeing in the cards over the last few days. Now, if you would like to catch that full reading, you can find it over on the place where we keep the videos. You can also find it over on the place where we keep the photos. You can also find it as a podcast over on my spot at Tarot Church and over on my stack. But before we begin right now, first and foremost, as we always do, how are you doing today? Let me know. There are no wrong answers. Scale of 1 to 10. We are continuing through a very prolonged retrograde season. I'm going to say it again. I feel like this is the apex of it. We're going to start having some planets coming out of it. It's really important right now not to let your emotions get the best of you. We're going to talk a little bit about this right now. There's a lot of volatility that can sometimes come up when we're going through prolonged retrograde seasons. It's working through the weariness and frustration of long-standing circumstances or situations. It's working through the hurdles within ourselves. It's getting mad about the hurdles around other circumstances and situations. We've also got the fact that one of the things that we saw, and if you noticed a very intense shift occurring right around the time that we hit that full moon in Taurus. You know, we had 2 more planets that dipped into retrograde right on the heels of a very, very intense full moon cycle, working through a full moon in Taurus. What is a full moon? A Taurus full moon in Scorpio season, which is working through the understanding that the only ability to kind of move into a deeper sense of comfort is the ability to step out of the comfort zone. And also working through how difficult that is, how awkward it is, and how often it's a pathwork of learning. And this is really important because one of the things that we're also seeing right now, and it's really interesting because it's having a very, very intriguing effect on the relationships that are coming together during a retrograde season like this one. It's a lot, and I gotta stress this. A lot of the work that we see that is being navigated in those relationships has to do with working through the clarity of the self, right? It's working on the conversation and relationality to what one is trying to do in a better way. And and one of the things I keep on seeing with a lot of these moon relationships is it's working through relearning. Why do we see that so many of these moon relationships right now are working through relearning? Basically, we see, and it was taking me a while. It was taking me a while to kind of even understand why there was so much caution in relationality to how some of these new relationships are forming at this time. And I feel like the thing that really came through, and it came through a couple days ago in one of the readings, is a lot of the energy that is coming into union right now is effectively recovering or healing from pedestalized partnerships. And what do we mean when we see pedestalized partnerships? Pedestalized partnerships effectively articulate to us working through the context of the self. It's the identification point in relationality to what one is trying to do better. Now, the thing about it, and we were having then, and this was like a big, this was a big message that was coming through in the reading that we had just a few days ago. Pedestalized partnerships are frequently, like their situations, they're effectively set for disaster. right? Because when someone holds you on a pedestal, then it's not necessarily the observation or the recognition of being able to appreciate the self in the context of the self, but more what another person wants to see within us. And we talk a lot about this here. We talk a lot about the fact that healthy relationship, we never pin our potential on the energy within partnership. We pin our potential in relationality to the direction of the relationship, in the methodology or the direction by which one is moving, or how that relationship or the manifestation goals of the relationship itself. So that's why we keep on seeing that for a lot of these relationships that are coming together right now, and for our purposes, we're talking about those moon relationships being basically between the time of Uranus going retrograde, right before that eclipse season that we went through just a few months ago to today. These relationships, there's a lot of conscientiousness that's happening there because they're healing. They're like, as they're coming together, they're healing in the space by which they're learning that it's okay to make mistakes. They're learning that it's okay to be in a space by which they're coming to understand themselves better. And what's difficult about that, and that's why every time I read for these energies right now, there's so much of this emotionality that is potentially coming up or rising through that vibration, because even in the space, and that's why I keep on getting, there's like a little bit of this glacier effect that's occurring in these partnerships because they're moving towards each other, right? They're working into the space by which they're coming to articulate or be more open and honest than they have before. And then they're almost energetically pulling back because they're working through the trauma of past relationship where that wasn't necessarily effectively okay, healing from a pedestalized partnership that was demanding perfection. And then in the space by which another person meets them and also like encourages that, they're relearning and reaffirming to each other. They're finding that ability. And then this is what's so beautiful about these partnerships, even though they're taking time to come into fruition, because the reason, the gift that they're giving each other is patience. They're giving each other patience, and they're giving each other they're giving each other encouragement to be able to articulate upon the fact that I keep on seeing. And this is what I kept on getting also in the fact that they're learning and they're relearning and understanding what true humility means, understanding that humility isn't the articulation point of embarrassment. Humility is being able to approach things in the space of being the perpetual student, always being in the space by which one is working to arrive to a better understanding of the self. So there's something I keep on seeing. A lot of these relationships, it's like they're slow, right? But the slowness is the point. They're not rushing processes. Now, this is very different from the temperance relationships that we saw were coming together. And for our purposes, we're talking towards the temperance relationships that were coming together between the time of between the time of Uranus going retrograde up until the solstice period that we experienced over the summer. These relationships, they came together much more quickly. There was a recognition point. They were fast. They were, and the reason I keep on getting they were fast is because it was same, like it was same recognizes same. These were a lot of energies that do the work so that others don't have to. A lot of that energy of heavy lifting. And so for a lot of these relationships right now, the best thing I can describe that's happening is they're working through the space, and they are also simultaneously and similarly like working through path work of patience, because that's what retrograde seasons do. they help us work through patience, but they're understanding that the patience that they're creating is patience for the present, specifically and particularly. And this is what I keep on seeing, and I have to give my credit to these temperance relationships that are currently going through this right now. Because for a lot of those relationships, the ability I keep on getting, they're coming to understand more about the past that shaped them, right? They're coming to understand more the past that shaped the framework of the person that they feel so energetically connected to. And it comes as no surprise that there's a lot of synchrony there. in relationality to shared trauma. And that's what's so difficult. I keep on hearing the quandary that a lot of this energy is in right now. And this is what I keep on telling everyone in terms of like not popping off in relationality to feeling triggered. It's not just the fact that there's something that they're coming to understand in the past of counterpart that they would like to do something about, that they feel a lot of that sense of violation upon, but also the fact that it rests directly upon the trauma trigger of their own past. It would be like a double indulgence point to want to be able to do something about it, because it wouldn't just feel like it affirms how much they care about someone, but it also feels like it would feel indulgent upon their own journey. But this is why they're not doing anything about it, because the key word is indulgence. And it's the observation that they're going through a Neptune lesson. And what does a Neptune lesson teach us? Neptune says, don't touch my stuff, which says if we go back to a past that counterpart has healed from, we rip that past away from the past and we make the past the present. They're not doing that. They're sanctifying the partnership by allowing the past to be the past. But also, right, we've got Mars in Sagittarius, right? Mars in Sagittarius, which says, don't confuse kindness for weakness, right? This is the energy that's almost articulating to counterpart and saying, I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for you. This is not necessarily how I would effectively navigate a situation, but that's why I keep on seeing there's a lot of bear energy. I keep on seeing, I want to see where Ursa Minor is right now. There's a lot of bear energy around something right now, because it's the energy that basically says, recognize that that they're almost saying to each other, recognize that the form that they're taking as it relates to being protective is effectively the energy saying, I'm doing this for you, because I would have a different way of addressing it. But that's why I keep on seeing the energy that almost articulates the space of saying to another, like they're almost saying to the past, I'm leaving you alone, but don't step any closer, because if you step forward, I keep on hearing the energy go like, if you step forward, that's no longer a Neptune lesson. That's someone taking care of business, is what I keep on hearing. And it's so wild because I just keep on getting the fact every time. It's so funny. Not to say, often there are songs that sometimes channel through into certain frequencies that I read for, but I keep on hearing the song "Give Me a Reason," like "Give me a reason." When I read into these temperance relationships, because it's almost like the energy that's like, it's like saying to the past, I'm not going there, but if you want to come, there's a little bit of that type of energy there. Again, it's Mercury and Mars and Sag, so it makes a lot of sense. Now, this brings us to the magician relationships. And for our purposes, we always read into the energy that most recently moved into divine union, because if not, we'd be here all day. And so these relationships were effectively coming together. They were coming together between the time of the solstice period up until the time of Mercury and Venus stationing direct behind Neptune, which I believe happened in March. Now, for a lot of these relationships, the thing that we keep on seeing is effectively, and the thing about it, and I'm just going to say for those going through these magician relationships, it's a blessing to be the mature one. I know it's a bless. I know it doesn't feel like it. I know it doesn't feel. I know it doesn't feel like it sometimes. I know that it feels frustrating, because I feel like there's something about, like, and this is what I mean about it. I think it's really cute that, I mean, I don't mean it's cute, but magicians are maturing right now, because like I keep wondering, like like they're becoming wizened, which is very funny. Like the magician partnerships are becoming wizened, which is understanding that it's not all fun and games. Like when you're going through a maturation process, that it's frustrating, especially as it relates to having to deal with something that's energetically silly or absurd, particularly and especially because they're working through Saturn lessons. They understand that they've never before have they been in such a healthy partnership, which is why if they're going through something that they know in their heart space is the best thing for them, but energy outside of relationship is upset, well, it's very informative, isn't it? It's like, it's like It's like I keep on it's like they're diagnosing where the energetic issues are. So I feel like there's a lot of that energy that's like kind of working through something to a certain extent, and they're supporting each other, and they're not alone in this modality. They're not necessarily alone. I keep on seeing there's camaraderie there. They're finding energy that they connect with that understands the burden of that energetic journey. But it's frustrating, it's enervating, right? It strikes a nerve, but that's why we keep on seeing that, for a lot of this energy, they're effectively just taking that frustration and they're channeling it into spaces or places that feel like it's most productive, right? They're being, and they're working through the understanding. I keep on hearing having hope outside of partnership, but not being patient, not being energetically patient towards things that don't allow for the space of patience. Because I keep on getting the message that even when we are patient, like that, keep on hearing every time I read into the energy that is deep within divine union, they're working through the jaw-dropping observation that patience is consensual, that when we articulate to another that we're being patient, that is a gift that we give each other. Because when we are being patient to someone that does not recognize we're being patient, that is the sound of us projecting, right? That is also projecting. Did you think projecting was just when you were projecting negative things on each other? No. Projecting is projecting is projecting. Projecting is an often the reason that projection sometimes is so toxic is that you look at a situation and you articulate and say, "Oh, I'm being patient with them." Do they know you're being patient? Because if they don't know you're being patient, my love, that isn't you being kind. That's you projecting. So I feel like there's a lot of that energy there that's like working through that, and they're learning to recognize and reaffirm the gift of their patience. And I keep on hearing a gift is not latent. It's not a gift is not latent, which means another person recognizes that they're receiving it. It's mutually agreed upon. So there's something really beautiful upon that. And I feel like there's a lot of active conversation that's happening deep within divine union in relationality to circumstances and situations of that nature. That all said, I know that this energy can be really intense. I want you to make sure that you're not assuming things. I want you to let this be. I want you to let this be the retrograde of trying new things, allowing for the space of creating. I keep on saying, don't let yourself feel like one is in a rut, right? Because when we're in it, like, and then that's the thing about retrograde energy like this, especially when we have the quantity of planets that are currently retrograde. When we feel when we feel that we're in an energetic rut, the deliverance point is trying new things, allowing for the space by which we create that adaptability point. And I know that can feel a little difficult right now, especially coming out of a full moon in Taurus and Scorpio season. A full moon in Taurus, a Taurus full moon in Scorpio season literally talks about the difficulty of changing, how hard it is to change. But it also reminds us that the way that one finds a deeper comfort zone is the ability to step outside of one, but not changing too much, not changing for change's sake, because change itself is not a manifestation goal. That is where we find all of the energy prior to beginning today's daily collective read. But if you would like to find that full reading, you can find it over on the place where we keep the videos. You can also find it over on the place where we keep the photos. You can also find it as a podcast over on my spot at Tarot Church and over on my stack. We are going to get started. I also want to invite you to join us this week on Thursday, November 20th at 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. Eastern. We will be continuing our studies into the tarot with a focus on the Sun card. If you would like to become a part of that tarot class program, all you need to do is head on over to my stack and become a paid subscriber. Your paid subscription to my stack is your ticket of entry into our live classes each and every month. As a monthly subscriber, you'll have access to over 9 hours a month worth of material in the Tarot Church Library class archive. Now, if you become you'll also have access to a one-on-one chat with me and the other students to ask any questions that you may have in relation to anything we've learned and studied thus far. And if you become a founding member to my stack, not only will you receive a discount on the full year's worth of classes, you will also receive a complimentary one-on-one mentorship class with me where I will meet with you personally to assess where you are on your own personal tarot journey and give you the best insights in terms of how to utilize those classes to the best of your advantage moving towards your tarot goals going forward. You'll also have full access to the entirety of the Tarot Church Library class archive. That is access to over 20 hours worth of material in an ever expanding library. One of the things I tried to do in these classes was make them accessible to the absolute novice tarot reader as well as the seasoned reader. There's definitely something there for everyone. Don't let your lack of experience or your robust experience prevent you from joining us in these classes. And even if you don't become a paid subscriber to my stack, I would encourage you to follow me there to stay up to date on any new offerings or services. You'll also find my Mystic Meditation articles there, which give you updates on everything we've been seeing energetically built upon the lunation cycle. I look forward to seeing you there. That said, we are going to get started on today's daily collective read in the next few minutes. But if you would like to get on the list for today, the list is open. As always, it is 3 cards for a donation of 29 or more. 4 cards for a donation of 23 or more for my subscribers. Links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps. Those are pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. Thank you so much, Kath, for getting on the list. You'll be the first person read for today. You'll also have an additional card in your reading. Also, if you are on the hold list and would like to be added back on the list, go ahead and just put your question. Just make sure to mention it in the comments, and I'll be happy to add you back to it. We are also going to give a reading back to the collective when we get to 50K likes. So make sure you're tapping that screen. We'll get to 50K in no time. How are you doing today, Laura? Thank you for joining us, Riwu. Thank you as well, Kitty. Welcome, good vibes. Grand Rising, good. How are you doing today, Kitty Cat? I feel so drained. Oh, but if I get into this, well, and again, I want to help. Like one of the things I think that'll help right now, I'm going to tell you right now, one of the things that we're dealing with is this energy can be projection central for those that aren't doing that work internally. So make sure that you're not overly internalizing an external problem and sending you so much support on that journey, Kitty. Hi there, good. I'm feeling so emotional. It's emotional. And I'll tell you right now, if you're wondering why you're feeling emotional, Jupiter, like I think that it's the dual force of Neptune being in Pisces. Also Jupiter, and Jupiter being in retrograde in Cancer. It can bring a lot of feelings to the surface, potentially and especially in relationality to the past. A lot of it's like the nostalgia. Beware the nostalgia. The nostalgia's coming. Thank you, Wendy, for the follow. How are you doing today, 5-5? Alexandra, thank you for those gifts. Grand Rising Celestial, how are you doing today? Good to see you. Cora, thank you for the follow. Grand Rising Ivana, I owe you that message. I'm going to send that. I'm just going to send it while we're here. It'll be easier. Grand Rising Alexandra, Khadija, good to see you today, and thank you for the follow. If I'm ever saying your name incorrectly, by all means, please feel free to correct me. We just started, Kay. Good to see you. And guys, please give a welcome to our mod, Kay Megan, who's here today. Thank you as well. Oh, how are you missing my live, Kath? I'm here every day. I'm here. Where have you been? So we were looking for you. We were looking for you the other day. Bridget was wondering where you gotten yourself off to. Hi, dear. So good to see you back. Welcome. Excellent. Now, yep. Yes, for anyone who was a winner yesterday, all you need to do, Ivana, is let me know you'd like to be added to the list, and I'll be happy to add you back to the list. If you get on the list right now, you'll be the second person read for. Ivana, I've got you on the list. You're second right now. If anybody else wants to get on the list for a reading, you'll be the third person read for today. 3 cards for a donation of 29 or more. 4 cards for a donation of 23 or more for my subscribers. Links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I don't read for across these apps, pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. Yesterday, I was feeling so nostalgic. Yeah, I mean, yesterday, there's a lot. This is like, it's I gotta tell, it's the retrograde energy. And it's not a negative thing, you know? And I like to point this out. Um, the feeling nostalgia can feel positive when we're working through the context of change effectively. Yeah, it's more lingering today. I know what you mean. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it when we do the reading, Alexandra. Yeah, we're gonna get to the bottom of it. I've got you on the list, of on it. You're so welcome, dear. I'm thankful for the work at the moment, keeping me grounded. Yeah, right. The Jupiter retrograde. Yeah, because here's the thing, and I gotta tell you, if you and this is why I like yesterday I actually went ahead and did a masculine, feminine, non-binary energy update because it's like this energy has everybody in hermit mode in different ways. And so if you missed yesterday's reading, you can find it over on my stack. We kind of did a lot of work in trying to disambiguate the difference between the variation of the hermit energy that I was picking up across all of the frequencies. So we did a lot of work on that yesterday, but it's complicated. Like the thing is, like, here's the thing about it. We're working through moon lessons, right? It's gonna hit different for everybody. It's a little different for everyone, positive and negative, you know? And I feel like there's something to be said, and I keep on talking about this. It's interesting. It's like it's the type of energy that helps us articulate upon what it is that we're working on. It's the observation of trying to do something in a different fashion. It's working towards that sense, and it's not easy, right? Like there's a lot of that. It's a lot of that activating conversation. And I keep on seeing, I feel like the nice thing about energy like this is it can feel restorative in the space by which there are positive conversations around things. But it can also, like, I feel like it's also like the space by which we can understand and resolve upon our frustration upon things in the same way. As I mentioned, friends, we are going to get started on today's daily collective read. Alexandra, thank you for getting on the list. You'll be the third person read for. 3 cards for a donation of 29 or more. 4 cards for a donation of 23 or more for my subscribers, being semi-lio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I don't read for across these apps, pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. I'm also going to take a moment. We are at 3.9K likes. When we get to 50K, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective. So make sure you're tapping that screen and we'll get to 50K in no time. Excellent. And also we'll be doing a giveaway today for the highest gifter between now and the conclusion of the daily collective read. So make sure you're again. So again, I wish you a lot of luck if you're participating in that as well. Before we begin today, we're going to warm up our intuition muscles with an intuition check. I've got the animal spirit guide card here. We're going to count back from 10, and when we get to 1, I will reveal the card. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We got the sow. Thank you guys for participating. We'll do that again after the next reading. And as I mentioned, if you guys could do me a favor and share this live, make sure anybody would like to catch this reading live is here to receive it. And if you are on the hold list, you can make sure, if you'd like to get back on the list today, all you need to do is let me know and I'll be happy to add you back as well. If you get on the list right now, you will be the 4th person read for. That said, no better time than the present. Why don't we? And also just a reminder, if you are joining us across any of the other apps, you can also get on the list today via my tree that has binks in it in my bio. That said, no better time than the present. Why don't we get started? Welcome, everyone. Happy Monday. I'm the Grey Strega, and I'm here to give you your daily collective read for today, Monday, November 17th, 2025. What do we have coming through in the cards for today? Can I please have the first 2 cards in our 5-card spread? First 2 cards we are starting our day off with today are the 10 of Pentacles in its reversal, in combination with our 9 of Cups in its upright. So one of the things that we want to talk about right now has to do with the observation and recognition of what it is that we're trying to do more effectively. Now, one of the things that we effectively see that's happening right now, and I need to point this out with a lot of these retrograde cycles, and even going through a retrograde season like this one, it can feel very isolating. It can feel very quiet. It can feel very contemplative. And even in the space by which we experience that, and I need to point this out, healing our relationship to solitude is something that is very important in the space of coming to understand the self more. This is why meditation is so hard. You know what I mean? Do you see how hard it is when you try to move into a space of quietude or in the space by which you're working towards a little bit of that energetic silence point? It creates a lot of that desire to activate. But what's beautiful about that, and that's why I keep on saying, if this, like, don't let the retrograde energy get to you. Don't overly internalize an external problem because a lot of the energy that we're effectively identifying in relationality to experiences or situations like this, I like to point out, it can feel it can feel very energetically rough. It can feel like it's rough on ourselves, right? It can often feel like that space by which I like to point out retrogrades like this can often make us feel like nothing we do is good enough, right? But when we understand that that is the energetic nature of the energy, then it allows us to be able to do something in such a way that we allow for things to be productive, right? And I feel like a lot of that work, a lot of identifying upon that. I want you to make sure you're navigating this retrograde cycle from a space of understanding, energetic composure, right? Because what do we mean by composure? Composure is the space by which we're able to recognize and identify what it is that we're trying to do versus what it is that we're trying to heal from. Now, this is extremely important right now, particularly and especially for the energies and the frequencies that are moving deeper into connection. And we're starting off with a conversation in relationality to a lot of those moon partnerships that are coming together for the energy and separation right now. And the thing is about it, I think you might have even noticed, I don't like to even utilize the term separation right now when I'm talking towards the energy in separation because I keep on seeing the energy doesn't feel like I'm hearing there's no separation about it. I feel like a lot of the energy in separation is almost working towards like they're taking holistic approaches to the fact that they're working into the space of solitude. It's like it's interesting too because like and I think you might have noticed this ever since we've entered this retrograde cycle. I felt very like energetically disinclined to utilize the word separation because I keep on getting, and this is like, yeah, this is it. Like, especially with the Page of Cups. What's beautiful about some of this energy in separation is they're healing from the fact that they're in separation just because they're working in solitude, right? Like this is like that's what I keep on seeing here. Like it's not even feeling like it's like the energy that's saying it's not separation, it's solitude, right? Because the energy doesn't feel energetically separated. They're working on feeling whole. They're taking holistic approaches to the work that they're doing in that way. And I like this right now because this is beautiful. Like this is like a lot of the like, and I feel like this is the conversation that they're having right now in terms and I want to really and this is why I had to like take a pause point yesterday and drill down to what was happening like within the like not just looking at the relationship frequencies but looking at what was happening to the energy within the frequencies because and I need to stress this right now and you can find that and you can find that full reading over on the stack but the energy there's like they're giving each other courtesy and patience because, and I just keep on getting this, there's something I keep on identifying that's happening right now for a lot of this energy that's in solitude, building into new relationship that's healing from the experience of pedestalized partnership. And what does it mean? What do I mean when I'm speaking towards pedestalized partnership? And when we talk about this, this is why idolatry is so negative, because when we don't see each other for who we are, but rather who we desire one to be, then we ruin the possibility of a healthy relationship, because it's the observation that what we find within one another is so much greater and so much more wonderful than anything that we could possibly conceive within the context of the self. But that's why we see that for a lot of these relationships, they're learning, they're coming together right now by learning that it's okay to be learning things in partnership, because it's the space by which I keep on hearing, like, this is I keep on hearing they're coming into the space by which it's okay not to be like, it's okay not to be perfect. But when you're in a pedestalized partnership, it's like perfection or bust, right? Like when you're in a pedestalized partnership, it's like perfection or bust, right? Because that's the thing about it. It creates a rigid form. It's not necessarily something by which, and again, what will you often hear with someone that's experiencing a pedestalized partnership? Nothing I could do is right? Because what do you often experience in a pedestalized partnership? Stay still, right? So for a lot of the energy that's working through this, I keep on seeing, like, I keep on hearing they're coming to life with one another again. And I keep on seeing that the reason that they're coming to life with one another is almost the space by which they're learning it's okay to be clumsy, right? It's okay for them to kind of, like, I keep on hearing, even in the space by which they may energetically misstep. I almost see somebody saying it's not the end of the world. And that's why I keep on, and like, that's why I keep on hearing, if there's like a lot of over apologizing in these relationships or experiences, this is the energy that's almost recognizing the fact that they're experiencing or they're healing from situations that demanded, I keep on hearing that demanded the architecture of trying to fulfill another person's perception of them, instead of allowing the ability for them to be dimensional, is what I keep on hearing. I keep on hearing they're not a flat surface, right? But when someone's trying to pedestalize you, they really try to make you feel like that. Now, to this brings us to those temperance relationships. And these are the relationships for our purposes that were coming together between the time of they were coming together between the time of the the Uranus being retrograde, up until the time of Mercury and Venus stationing, up until the time of the solstice. Pardon me. Again, allowing for, again, speaking of that, yeah, this is more. This is Nine of Swords in its upright, with the Six of Cups in its reversal. Nine of Swords upright with a Six of Cups in its reversal. And I love I love the the reason I'm seeing this right now, and speaking upon composure, as it were. This is what I mean in relationality to working through energetic composure right now, because the what's interesting is, I keep on getting, for a lot of these temperance relationships, the reason I keep on hearing composure is because composure is something that we work on through having a lot of feelings about something, right? Like a lot of emotionality is what I'm identifying around something. There's a lot of, like, I keep on seeing, um composure is what we do beyond our feelings upon the subject. And so what's interesting in relationality to a lot of the energy right now that's moving through these temperance relationships is, I keep on seeing like the desire, like and I keep on getting like, this is why they're learning, like they're learning how strong they are, because I keep on seeing that if these are experiences or situations in the past where there's, and this is the hard part with these temperance relationships. You see how slowly these moon partnerships are coming together. There's like a lot of complexity there. For these temperance relationships, it's more about a unified sense of shared trauma. And the problem with working through a unified sense of shared trauma is having a lot of feelings on the subject, and potentially even a lot of feelings on the subject in relationality to the experience of counterparts past, right? Something that feels like it's even more important to the self, because I keep on getting with the fact that there's something about the shared trauma trigger. It would feel so healing to the self to go back into to go back into the counterpart's past and do something. But that's why they're not doing it, because they keep on focusing on the word indulgent. It would feel good for them, not counterpart. And that's why I keep on seeing there's like, I keep on getting, every time I read for this energy right now, I keep on getting, don't confuse the kindness for weakness, right? There's a little bit of don't go there that's happening, because it's the energy that says that they're stopping themselves from going there. But there's not, I keep on hearing, but there's nothing, but that's also the energy that says, like I keep on seeing they're working on the sanctity of partnership, which is articulating upon the preciousness of what it is that they're trying to change in the present. So that's why I keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy doing that work, it's almost like I keep on getting, it's like the energy that keeps on saying, I'm not going to start anything, but I'm not going to start anything, but if another person starts it, that's not a Neptune lesson. I just keep on hearing this every time I read for the temperance relationships. Somebody's saying, I'm not going to start anything, but if someone from the past starts something, that's no longer that's no longer a Neptune lesson. Continuing to get clarification. I'm kind of like, I'm loving that energy, those temperance relationships, because they're like almost excited about the possibility of a technicality. Is what I keep on getting. Continuing continuing to get clarification between our 10 of pentacles in its reversal, in combination with the 9 of cups and its upright. Can I get one card to clarify? We've got here the death card. Now let's talk a little bit about these magician relationships. And again, these magician relationships are the relationships that were coming together between the time of the solstice period up until the time of Mercury and Venus stationing direct behind Neptune. For a lot of these relationships right now, everything I keep on seeing in these relationships is the observation in terms of how much they've changed. And what's beautiful about that, and I need to stress this, I feel like there's something very rapid. Like, this is like, I keep wondering, rapid maturation process happening right now for some energy deep within divine union. And the reason I keep on hearing that there's like a rapid like maturation process happening is because I keep on getting like, it's the space by which they understand and recognize. I keep on hearing the space by which they understand and recognize the value of shared manifestation goals is all I keep on seeing. And that's why I keep on hearing, like, this is what I keep on getting. Like, I keep on getting a lot of messages coming through as it relates to what feels like a healthy conversation. And I just keep on getting the same message when I try to read into this energy right now, which is, we can tell we're in a space, like we can tell that and again, the word composure is coming up, because this is the energy that keeps checking their own composure on something. Because I keep on seeing the energy that says, that works through and articulates, that says we can always be open to a healthy conversation, But a healthy conversation becomes an uncomfortable confrontation if we feel that we have to chase after it. And so that's why I keep on seeing that for a lot of this energy right now, and I feel almost forced to draw a card on it because that's what I mean. They're like, I literally see a situation where they're not doing anything. Like they're not doing anything but becoming more stable. And this is what we talk about with like this is what we talk about. Like this is what I mean about them like going through like maturation cycles. Like when you're doing nothing but becoming more stable and you see something outside of relationship where another person holds volatility towards it, it's very informative. It's painful to witness, but I keep on seeing like I keep on hearing like the eyes that the eyes that are blessed are the eyes that are there to bear witness to it, because it's almost like the energy that says and articulates upon the difference, which says that they understand what they can do about it versus what another person needs to work through, is what I keep on getting. Clarification again between the Nine of Cups and the Page of Cups and its reversal. It's and they, it's like, look at this. Like this is why I felt drawn to draw that other card. You know what I mean? And that's why I keep on seeing sometimes when you're going through a maturation process and something's energetically positive, it's like you almost say to someone like, what would you like? Again, the way you can usually fortify whether something's healthy or not is the articulation and having a conversation with someone saying, what would you have me do? Right? I keep on seeing the energy go, what would you have me do? And if the energy is saying like, don't change, like this is the energy that's like, you know what I mean? Like it's navigating the fact that that is not like that's just it's like it's working through, you know? I almost feel like the energy deep within divine union is working upon the fact that someone feels too nostalgic for a version of the self that is no longer, I keep on seeing like that's no longer there, is what I keep on seeing. Like that's what I keep on getting around something here. Continuing to get clarification between the Page of Cups and its reversal in combination with our Nine of Swords in its upright. We've got here the Seven of Cups in its upright. Now, this is important too, because, given the fact that we've got the Seven of Cups, and we're coming back to the energy that's working. I don't even want to say separation. I keep on getting energy and solitude right now. It feels antithetical for me to say the energy in separation because it feels more like the energy in solitude. And the thing about the energy in solitude right now is I see that energy focusing upon the self. They're being energetically productive through a retrograde cycle. And I keep on hearing the hard part about that. Like the thing that's energetically painful is I keep on getting and I keep on seeing they're healing from pedestalized partnerships. They're healing from the situation. And I keep on hearing that. And this is interesting because this was a message that was coming in through through the energy deep within divine union that's moved down into the energy that's working in solitude right now, because it's the energy that articulates upon. I just keep on hearing the same message coming through. When we're in healthy relationship, we pin our hopes on the direction that it goes into, not on the person that's within it, right? Because when we don't build into relationship based upon personal potential. We build upon partnership potential. And that's why I keep on seeing that if these are situations or circumstances, I keep on seeing this is why they're coming together so slowly. Because I keep on seeing that these are just energies that are like finding each other shell shocked. Because it's the observation of someone energetically picking them apart, perpetually and continually articulating to them how they weren't, how they weren't, how they were nothing. I keep wondering how they were nothing like the false creation that another person made in their head about someone, is what I keep on hearing. It's literally like the energy with they used to get into arguments with someone and be like, "You're nothing like I expected you to be." And that's why we keep on hearing the energy almost saying to themselves, like, what did you expect? Is what I keep on hearing. Like, because again, it's this space that when we expect things, we don't arrive into the observation of wanting to get to know someone, but instead we're looking towards another to serve our expectations. So I keep on seeing, and that's what I meant about the energy going through some kind of emotional. I keep wondering the energy right now, these moon relationships coming together, they're going through like this emotional celebration. Like I keep on seeing like they're like almost like I almost got like tears around this right now, especially with the 10 of swords in combination with the 6 of cups in its reversal, right? Yeah, because I just keep on hearing this energy say that when someone has expectations upon us, then it often feels like the relationships are conceding to demands instead of building dreams together, is what I keep on hearing. And so I keep on hearing that there's something about these new relationships that are forming, and I keep on getting the energy like going through period of catharsis, like there's weeping there. But I keep on hearing like the weeping that's happening in those modalities is saying, "Oh my gosh, I can be free to be myself here. I can be free. I can be free to be fallible." Right? And I keep on hearing like that's the hard part because I keep on seeing like I almost got these modalities where they do something wrong and they cover their heads. Like wait, like I keep on hearing they're bracing for impact that never comes is what I keep on getting. That's why they're so upset because that's why I told you they're doing something and then they're bracing for impact. And then they're recognizing that the blessing is the fact that there is no impact, that it's safe to try. It's safe to kind of be in the modality of being themselves again. Continuing to get clarification between our death card in its upright in combination with the 4 of wands in its upright. Look at that, like the free, like the 8 of swords in its reversal. Look at this energy. Look at this. Some of these new relationships, like I got to tell you, some of these moon relationships, like I feel teary, like I feel genuinely teary reading into them right now. Because I keep on hearing the teariness is I keep on seeing they're trying something that they haven't done before. But you see how traumatized this energy is when they try to do something that they haven't done before and then they brace for impact. And someone being it's helping them understand. Like I can see the energy being like they're learning how to breathe again. Like they're learning how to breathe again, you know? Like they're learning how to breathe again because I keep on hearing they don't feel like they have to hold a healthy energy doesn't feel like we have to hold our breath around one another, right? And so there's it's hard because I keep on getting like for a lot of that energy, they're starting to talk more. I keep on hearing they keep on I feel like they're talking more about why they're holding their breath is what I keep on getting, you know? And I keep on seeing like, and I keep on feeling like I keep on hearing the energy say, "I'm going to stop apologizing, but you'll have to forgive me because this is something I'm trying to unlearn," is what I keep on getting. And there's something really beautiful upon the fact by which they're communicating to each other in that way, right? It's like, it's almost like the observation in relationality to how far they have come, but not only, I keep on getting, not only how far they have come, but how far they aspire to go is what I keep on seeing, right? Like I almost feel like they're talking to each other about how much work they have cut out for one another, and that's what I keep on seeing. Like I almost feel like there's something really beautiful about the fact that they're having those mature conversations. And I keep on seeing like they're like I told you, right? The beauty of them, like the beauty of the magic of the moon relationships is it's an illusion free zone, right? It's beautiful because I keep on hearing like they're not working towards that. It's the space by which they're trying to make their dreams come true. Continuing to get clarification between the 4 of wands in combination with the 7 of cups and it's upright. We've got here the 6. I really like this third row. Okay. I really like the shape of this third row right now. Nice. I like seeing a lot of sword cards in their reversal. So we've got a lot of six. We've got a six of we've got a lot of four energy on the table today. Okay, we got a lot of four energy on the table. We've also got a lot of six energy on the table. So we've got four energy, we've got six energy, and the thing that we like about this with the thing we like about this with four and six energy is I keep on getting it's the conversation in relationality to what feels energetically productive is what I keep on getting. Now, one of the things that we see, especially especially with the four and the six, works towards like I keep on getting the four and the six together creates a 10. So I like this because when I see four and six energy on the table together, it's a conversation on a new 10. Is what I keep on getting. And what's nice about that, or what we effectively identify, is it's work. I keep on getting it's working through the context of what it is that we're trying to do in a better way, right? And this is what I keep on getting, and the reason that this is coming through right now for the temperance relationships is I just keep on seeing that for those temperance relationships, that observation of what, like I keep on hearing, like they are building, they're like literally that's what I meant in terms of building dreams. Like this is the energy that's saying, I'm going to take all those feelings I have around a past situation, and this is what I'm going to do with them. Like, they're like, this is what I'm going to do with them. I'm going to build a dream. I keep on hearing this energy going, I'm going to build a dream so big. Like, I'm going to build a dream so big that that past trauma has no place here, is what I keep on hearing. Like there's a lot of that energy that I keep on seeing. And that's what I meant about, like I keep on getting like this, like it's like the energy that is channeling rage into construction. It's like it's the energy, and they're talking to each other about it. Like I can see the energy literally saying, "This is what I want to do." Like I can hear the energy going, "This is what I want to do, but this is what I'm going to do instead for you." It's what I keep on hearing the energy go for you. And I need to point this out. The reason I'm laughing about this, okay, and I need to stress this: Seven of Cups with the Four of Cups, because everything always has a caveat, okay? And I already knew this is the caveat. This is the Two of Wands in its reversal, because we talked about the fact, I need to stress this. This is why I think this is beautiful. We talked about the fact that typically in healthy manifestations, right? In healthy manifestations, we don't do things for others, right? The healthy manifestation shouldn't feel like like that we're letting go of a manifestation goal for another person, right? When it's going forward is what I keep on seeing. Like that's why we talk about the fact that we never want to feel like we always want to make sure we have unified manifestation goals when it comes to healthy partnership, because you never want to be in a space by which another person says the only reason I'm here is because I took a concession to be with you. Nothing more toxic than that, right? That is literally somebody who like brings up the fact that the manifestation goal that they're in with you is not where they actually want to be, right? That's not healthy. This is the positivity point of someone saying, I'm doing this for you. Because when it comes to the past, this is the energy going, I'm healing for you. This is the energy going, I'm not indulging. I'm not indulging in the thing I want to do that I know is not well for you. So it's okay. It's like it's a positive. It's the positive side of that. It's okay in the space by which another person, they're not saying, I've given up on my dream for you. They're going, I'm giving up on the indulgence on how good it would be to do something I know I shouldn't do in the first place for you. But that's why I keep on seeing what I'm going to do instead is I keep on seeing they're like, I'm going to make something beautiful with it, right? They're moving it into, I keep on hearing this is what healthy channeling looks like, right? They're taking the frustration that they have towards the past and they're utilizing it to build a better tomorrow with counterpart, is what I keep on hearing. Continuing to get clarification. That's why I keep on seeing, like, it's funny because I keep on seeing the energy saying, but if the past comes towards us, that's not a Neptune lesson. I keep on seeing the energy go. If the past comes towards us, that's not a Neptune lesson. That isn't like, that's like, I see the energy that's almost articulating upon the technicality by which they heal versus the space. I keep wondering the technicality by which they heal versus the working to energetically protect something is what I keep on seeing. So that's what I keep on getting every time I read right now for the temperance energy. I keep on getting a lot of this, like, I'm getting a lot of this bear energy, but I'm not surprised about it because Mars is in Sag right now. Continuing to get clarification between, for the magician relationships, again, for our purposes, the relationships that were coming together between the time of the solstice period up until the time of Mercury and Venus stationing direct behind Neptune. Clarification between our Eight of Swords in its reversal, our Six of Swords in its reversal. One card to clarify. There it is. 10, like we find, like, yeah, here's the thing about it. For the energy, for this energy right now that is deep within divine union, I keep on hearing they're having conversations on things they can't do anything about. That's why they're being mature, right? Like, I keep on seeing, like, I literally see situations where someone is articulating upon what another person potentially desires them to do and being like, but I'm not going to do that because that's energetically ridiculous, is what I keep on hearing, you know? I feel like there's something really healthy about that. And I feel like there's something I keep on getting, I told you, like, this is the magician, these are the magician relationships that are becoming wizened because this is the energy that understands the difference between, like, I keep on hearing, like, I feel like I just keep on hearing something about, like, having some kind of conversation deep within divine union in relationality to when we're in healthy relationship, it should never feel like we're conceding to another person's ego, is what I keep on hearing. I keep wondering, there's no conceding to egos in healthy partnerships, because in healthy partnerships, you leave your ego, at the door, is what I keep on getting, right? Like, that's what I keep on seeing. Like, that's the beauty, like, that's what I keep on getting with a lot of these relationships. And I feel like it's painful because I can see the energy that's almost looking towards counterpart and saying, if I'm off on this, you'd say something, right? Like, I feel like it's like the energy that's like allowing, like, it's like the energy that is almost looking to counterpart saying, please tell me there's something I'm energetically missing here. And so I feel like for a lot of the energy doing that, it's almost like the space by another person says, like, listen, sometimes a hurdle is a hurdle. And it sometimes is hard because when we recognize the hurdle outside the self, it gives us strength, because I almost see the energy that is finding confidence because another person is articulating and saying, no, like, you're not wrong about that. Like, they're giving each other, I keep on hearing, they're giving each other mutual support in identifying where those hurdles are, because that's what's healthy, but it's not easy. Continuing to get clarification between our Six of Swords in its reversal in combination with the Two of Wands in its reversal. Whoop, two cards coming out. Boom. Moving back into the energy and solitude right now. We've got the Ten of Cups in its reversal in combination with the Fool card. And I got to say this right now, like, this is, listen to this, I got to point out, this is why I see that this energy and solitude is working in such a way that feels like it's healthy and productive. Because I keep on hearing the energy say, I'm not in separation, I'm in solitude, which is the energy. And this is why it's taking them longer to come into relationship, because they're finding peace there. Right. And when you found peace, when you found peace, your relationships will change profoundly because you become very protective about the peace that you create for yourself. And that's the thing about it. Healthy energy doesn't want to take our peace from us. They want to ignore, nor do they want nor do they want to scurry under the shelter of it. They want to share. They want to share the energetic peace They want to make more of it. And the part, like the thing about this I keep on seeing is I feel like this is the energy that's articulating upon the fact that there's nothing missing in the piece that they found themselves in, but they would love to be able to expand that piece with someone that feels the same way about it, is what I keep on hearing. And I like that. I keep on, like, that's what I keep on hearing. That's beautiful. But I keep on hearing the energy and solitude going, the nice thing about my piece is that there's nothing missing about it, right? This isn't energy that's looking, this is not energy and separation looking for someone to create peace for them. That's the energy that just says, I like, that is why this energy is working in such a way that they're being patient with each other, because I keep on seeing, like, they're saying, like, show me your peace, and let's see if our peace, like, let's see if our peace, not like our, like, let's see if our own perspective of peace matches, like, fits together, is what I keep on seeing. Because, and I feel like in that way, and I keep on hearing, like, that's why this energy is feeling some kind of relief, because even in the space, I keep wondering, even in the space by which they recognize that they mess up, I keep on hearing there's no messing up. Like, that's like, I keep wondering, they're even erasing their perception of messing up, because I can see somebody almost articulating and saying to them, and saying, there's nothing about you that I see is a mess. Because I keep on seeing, like, I keep on hearing, like, this is the energy that says, like, I almost see this energy saying, I don't see anything that's messy there. I see somebody who could use a little, like, who use a little help, is what I keep on seeing. It's really beautiful, because but I keep on hearing, like, help, not like help, like you need help, but someone being like, can I help with that? Right? Like, somebody trying to, like, it feels like there's something really beautiful about them being generous with each other. And I keep on hearing, like, even in that generosity, it feels like a relief. Final card for today's spread, between the 10 of Swords in combination with the 10 of Cups in its reversal and the Fool card. Knight of Cups in its reversal. You know, the thing about it, this is a continuation of understanding. I'm going to keep on saying this, and never will you recognize someone is more off. This is a continuation. And this is why I said that this energy isn't for everybody, because I just keep on hearing the same message during this retrograde season. And it has to do with feelings. I hate to break it to you. I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. Not all feelings are alike. Not all feelings are alike. And you're not honoring your feelings by telling others that you have them. When you have feelings that you haven't processed, then you give them to others. That's your cup spilling over onto everyone around them, right? We don't allow our cups to spill over. When we're in a space by which we're doing the healthy processing of our feelings, it's not just about the space by which we articulate upon the feelings. It's the space by which we speak upon what another could do that would make them, that would alleviate, change them. That is the gift. Our feelings become gifts when we figure out what to do with them, right? And so I feel like the hard part about this retrograde cycle is it sometimes creates a disambiguation between someone who hasn't done their shadow work effectively, like feeling feelings and being like, you can't be upset at me, I'm just being honest. Honesty isn't the point. The work that we do to understand our feelings is the point. Honesty, when you are being ignorant about where your feelings are coming from, there's no honesty to your feelings. They're just that. They're inclinations, right? They change. They change very quickly. When we do the work to understand the reasons why, right? When we get to the bottom of things, when we do the processing, our feelings become gifts that we share with one another. So if you're feeling like that, that's what I said. Make sure that you're not assuming things right now in this energy, and make sure that you're articulating upon not just the fact that one has feelings, but how one can work to alleviate those feelings or do something better. Because I just keep on saying, like, the hard part with a lot of this energy, and I'll tell you right now, it can feel very demanding. It can feel very intense. It can feel a lot like the weight by which, and I keep on getting, the state of trauma is the space by which another person projects their feelings on another and then articulates in the space by which one scrambles to amend them, in the space by which one says you can't do anything right. It's really conscientious, right? It's really noteworthy when someone's in that modality, because it allows for the space by which energy is just constantly in a space of scrambling around someone instead of being able to get anywhere. So make sure that if you're having conversations right now in this energy, they feel productive. They feel they like make sure that you're pitching, like keeping your perspective on the horizon in relationality to what that intention is. Bottom of the deck on this reading, yeah, the seven of wands and its reversal. So again, I know that this energy can feel isolating. We're all feeling it. You're not alone if you're feeling isolated in this energy. Remember, what you feel internally usually unifies. So make sure that you're articulating upon it. And if you feel like too much of it, make sure that you're reaching out to others. Make sure that you're communicating upon your needs so that one can, like, again, so that one can be able to do something more energetically effectively. Let this be the retrograde that allows one to step out of the comfort zone in the best way possible. That is our daily collective read for today. I want to thank you so much for being here and experiencing it. Just a reminder, if you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can book one on my site. Please keep in mind, if you book a private reading with me, it is a two-step process. You have to book the reading, you have to pay for the reading. Please make sure you do both if you'd like to have that reading. Most importantly, please remember that I will never, ever, 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 ever reach out to you for a private reading. I will never DM you, PM you, or slide into your inbox telling you I have a very important message that only I can deliver. The only way you can book a reading with me is if you book a reading on my site. So I encourage you to do it there. A couple of updates before we move into personal readings. First and foremost, thank you to everybody who attended our recent class on the moon card. Our next class will be held this Thursday, November 20th at 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. Eastern. We'll be continuing our studies into the tarot with a focus on the sun card. And all you'd like me to do, if you'd like to become part of that class program, is head on over to my stack and become a paid subscriber. Your monthly subscription to my stack is your ticket of entry into our live classes each month. You'll also have access to over 9 hours worth of material in the Tarot Church Library class archive. If you become a founding member, not only will you have access to the full scope of classes, over 20 hours worth of material, but you'll also have access to a complimentary one-on-one mentorship class with me, where I will meet with you personally to assess where you are on your own personal tarot journey and give you the best insights in terms of how to utilize those classes to the best of your potential moving towards your tarot goals going forward. One of the things I tried to do in these classes was make them accessible to the absolute novice tarot reader as well as a seasoned reader. There's definitely something there for everyone. Don't let your lack of experience or your robust experience prevent you from joining us in these classes. And even if you don't become a paid subscriber, I would encourage you to follow me over on the stack to stay up to date on any new offerings or services. I also post my mystic meditation articles there, which will give you updates on what we've been seeing energetically in the cards. On top of my standard life path readings, I also offer mentorship classes, which you can purchase individually or as a series, weekly or bi-weekly as your schedule permits, to learn more about your journey and spiritual path work. Also, for my clients seeking more consistent weekly tarot support, I'm very happy to offer weekly tarot insight packages. That is a package of 4 30-minute readings, again, weekly or bi-weekly as your schedule permits, so that you can stay more consistent on your personal journey. I'm also very happy to offer dream interpretation readings, which you can purchase per dream or as a series. If you purchase series, I would encourage you to start to keep a dream journal, as we will meet weekly or bi-weekly with that journal and utilize the tarot to understand the key themes and messages coming towards you in the dream space. I want to thank you guys so much for being here today and sharing in these messages, and we will do this again tomorrow. That is our daily collective read for today. We are going to get started on personal readings. Congratulations to Bridget. You got our highest gifter today. You will be getting that you will also be getting that free reading. And thank you so much, Alexandra. You came in second. So you will have an additional card in your one card. If anybody else would like to get on the list for today, the list is open. You will be the fifth. Oh, hold on a minute. Correction. You will be the 6th person read for. 3 cards for a donation of $29 or more. 4 cards for a donation of $23 or more for my subscribers. Links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps: pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. We're also at 17.5K likes. When we get to 50K, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective. So make sure you're topping that screen. We'll get to 50K in no time. Yes, Kay, she actually sent a baby dragon. So Kath is already on the list for today, but thank you for catching that. And I'm going to take a few minutes to read over the comments that came through as it was reading. Just bear with me a moment. Oh, and so good to see you, dear, and looking forward to our reading today. Yes, I know. I was like, as soon as Kath walked in, I'm like, where's Bridget? Excellent. Good to see you today, dear. Oh, I'm so glad to see you back, dear. No, I appreciate that. And thank you for sending them the live, Bridget. Always appreciate when you guys send the live to others. Yes. Hi there. Oh, yeah. How was it? Welcome, Per. Grand Rising, Julia. Good to see you, Ella. Oh, you're not getting notifications? That's really odd, Kath. Thank you for letting me know. And good to see you today, dear. I know. I think absolutely. Alex, good to see you, Alex. We haven't seen you in a hot minute either. Welcome. How are you doing today, bot? Excellent. And thank you so much, B, for the follow. Welcome, Hardy. Good to see you as well. I love this. I listen, I like to see these cards right now. And if you missed the daily collective, I'm going to be posting this over on the stack. So you'll be able to find it there. I'm also going to post today's spread because it's a really lovely spread. I claim the moon relationship. Tap to claim, Bridget. Yeah, thank you for the help with that, Nikki. Absolutely. There we go. We're back. Illusion free zone. I love that. Thank you, Kath. I'm going to build them. Yeah, I'm going to build one so big. I've basically been saying that to myself for the past month. I love that. I have the best dream. Oh, really? Yes, I have the best dream. I have the best dream. I keep telling myself I have to go. Oh, I love that though. What a beautiful thing to say. That it's very Aries of you to say that though, you know? Absolutely. And just a reminder to anyone joining us across the other apps, if you would also like to get on the list today, you can do so via my tree that has links in it in my bio. If you do so, you will be the 6-person read for today. Yep, thank you so much. Yeah, I just had a short break. Excellent. I understand, dear. It's good to take breaks. How are you doing today, Tanya? Between Kath and Little Vamp, where's Little Vamp? I haven't seen Little Vamp in a hot second either. The solstice period was over the summer, Kath. You're so welcome, Mom. How sin. I know it's difficult. I know. That it's a crazy combo, right, Nikki? Yes. Yes, exactly. Peace be with you before you come to me. Exactly. There's nothing missing, especially when we're at peace, to have to claim. Is someone going to match my piece? I love that, Nikki. Is someone going to match my piece? It's a good question. Absolutely. You're so welcome, Sid. I feel that's why I feel isolated, but also I isolate myself sometimes. We did I did a whole reading on this yesterday, Kath. You can find it over on the stack. You're so welcome, Kath. So good to see you again. I'm looking forward to our reading. Excellent. And thank you, Passion, for the follow. Yep. I already have 2 on hold, so I can. Oh, you can absolutely gift the reading, Bridget, because maybe that's why. Yeah, I know that. I know I caught it this time too, Kay. I understand it. Oh, I'm glad to hear the notification is back, Kath. I'm very happy to hear that. It is very Aries. I'm full Aries mode at the moment. I get it. Yeah, no fury like an Aries woman scorned. I've got you, Kath. Okay, thank you for already confirming the type of reading we're doing today. And if anybody else would like to get on the list today for a reading, the list is now open. You will be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th, 6-person read for. 3 cards for a donation of 29 or more. 4 cards for a donation of 23 or more for my subscribers. Links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps: pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. We're also going to be doing a reading giveaway when we get to 50K likes. I'm already at we're already at 20.1K likes, so make sure you're tapping that screen. We'll get to 50K in no time. We do here highest priority messages from spirit, life path, dream interpretation, angelic guidance, animal spirit guide readings, pet readings, akashic, mediumship, and mind, body, spirit. And if you have information that is relevant to our readings, you can post it in the notes when you send the donation, or you can post it in our subscriber only disco channel in the appropriate channels. All right, I'm going to take the first person we are reading for today is going to be Kath. We're doing a mind, body, spirit reading for Kath. All right, and before we continue with Kath's reading, let's warm up those intuition muscles with an intuition check. I've got the animal spirit guide card here. We're going to count back from 10, and when we get to 1, I will reveal the card. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ren, thank you guys for participating. We'll do that again after the next reading. All right, and we are doing here, I'm going to pin up Kath. We are doing a mind, body, spirit reading for Kath. Sarah, I'm happy to read for you. These are donation-based readings, so all you need to do is send the donation. I'll be happy to add you to the list. And let me just pin Kath up here. Thank you, Kath. Excellent. Can I please get mind, body, spirit for Kath, please? Yep, and thank you for being the first person on the list today, Kath. You're actually going to have another extra card in your reading. And if anybody else wants to get on the list right now, you will be the 6th person read for. One's out. Thank you. And 2 more, please. This is really interesting right now. You know, I have to stress this. The thing I'm effectively identifying is, you know, I can see why you've potentially been going through some energy right now that's kind of requiring you to kind of be in a space of solitude, you know? Because and it's interesting too, because I don't know if you've had some kind of like um I don't know if you've had like some kind of professional breakthrough here, is what I keep on seeing, you know? I keep on identifying something. Like I keep on identifying something that's effectively happening for you right now. And I think I gotta tell you, um, I don't know why, like I don't know why I keep on getting the message, um, like especially since this retrograde season started. There's something like I feel like the message I'm getting through right now is for the and it's funny too because I wanted to read this. I know we usually say mind, body, spirit, but the way I keep on seeing this is body, spirit, mind. Like mind, I'm saying body, mind, spirit, which is to say to me, I keep on hearing the message, like you are not cake. Not everyone, not everyone gets a slice. And I keep on getting the message that when we are trying to do something exceptional, we have to step back from things. And energy, I keep on hearing energy that appreciates that, gets that in the best way possible. They don't take it personally. And I keep on seeing, and the message I keep on getting about this, and it's giving me a headache reading for it, is when you are when you are in the midst of having a breakthrough and someone else starts crashing out in the fact and for the fact that you're having one, like I keep on hearing the unnecessary nature of ruining a relationship. I keep on hearing like don't over internalize upon that, is what I keep on seeing. Because I keep on seeing some kind of situation. Like I see you working tirelessly on something. Nobody gets to say that you're lucky, is what I keep on hearing. And here's the thing. There's nothing more bitter than when someone looks at you and says how lucky, because it's the observation of someone who is holding the fact of saying, why did it happen to you? Why are you getting that, instead of appreciating how hard you've energetically worked upon it, is what I keep on seeing. And I don't know why I'm doing this mind, body, spirit reading. And I just keep on hearing there's nothing lucky about it. And I keep on hearing, don't let someone diminish your work by trying to articulate upon that being the case, is what I keep on seeing. Because I just keep on seeing the shape of something where you are perpetually working on trying to give back to something, is all I keep on seeing. Like I see the fact, like the sound, like this is you like working on raising the energetic standard, right? And I keep on seeing, if you're working on raising the energetic standard and someone is so deep in their ego that they see, like I keep on hearing, if they see you trying to raise the energetic standard and they make the misconception of seeing that as an energetic ego trip, like I keep on getting, never have they been like, who, I keep on hearing, who's ego tripping who, right? I keep on hearing a guide go, who's ego trip? Like like I keep on seeing like you doing something in such a way, and I keep on, and I feel like the way I keep on hearing, the way that you're going to know this is, I like to point this out. It's not your ego, and you'd say I'd rather not, but it needs to be done. Is what I keep on. I've been having readings like this a lot. I've been getting a lot of readings like this, which is the space by which another person says that, like, I keep on seeing, like, and I keep on hearing you kind of working on something. Like I keep on hearing, don't let somebody else trip you out, is what I keep on hearing. Don't let somebody else tripping out trip you out. And often I keep on hearing, the way you can usually tell when someone else is tripping out is when it feels like there's nothing you can do that wouldn't upset them, right? The raw nerve, the raw nerve of someone so deep in their ego that they can't articulate to you what they want effectively, but anything you do doesn't feel like the right thing. That is I keep on hearing, that's their raw nerve, not yours, is what I keep on seeing. Recognize their raw nerve, not yours. And I keep on hearing because I keep on seeing like someone with like somebody who has a raw nerve will constantly see insult instead of intention, right? It is literally the shape by which anything you do feels like it's like when somebody's in a space by which nothing you do is beyond an insult. That is them. It's not you. Don't let, like I keep on hearing, you can give that person distance. You can give that person distance. You can give, and you can care about them. You can care about them at a distance, right? Because I feel like the thing I keep on seeing that's happening right now, and I feel like I see you, like I feel like I see you like healing upon something to a giant degree, you know? And I feel like the you healing to a giant degree, the sound you will heal by from unhealed energy is what's gotten into you. And I keep on seeing like, and I keep on hearing the same message, which is if you're always open for a healthy conversation, but you're not chasing after one, that is you navigating another person's raw feelings with a sense of composure. I keep on hearing, don't let them, don't let that, don't like, I don't know why I keep on getting like, don't let somebody else's tantrum like get the better of you about it. I know how hard it is. I keep on seeing this because, and I keep on hearing this, like, I feel like I see you having to have a conversation with someone in relationality to, um, I don't know, like, I don't know why I keep on getting this, but I just keep on, and it's funny too, because I know that this is a mind, body, spirit reading. But basically what I keep on hearing in like the body, I feel like I see, like, I feel like this is you learning to say, I feel like this is you learning not to let yourself stretch, like overstretch beyond your own limits, is what I keep on seeing. So not stretching beyond your own limits, and at the same time, understanding that healthy energy would never want to put you in a space by which you are overstretched. I feel like this is you kind of going through the sorting process of understanding who is in alignment to you versus who you have to put distance from. And I keep on seeing it's never easy. And I keep on hearing that's not cruel. If you're doing that work, it's not cruel. That's you finally holding compassion for yourself and recognizing those that are compassionate towards you. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, ten of Pentacles in its upright. So ten of Pentacles in its upright. Um, like I keep on seeing, you know, arrival. I feel like there's something, I don't know what I've got, like I feel like I've got some kind of energy around you who's like, oh, I'm so glad you made the time. Like that's what I'm talking about. Like that's the type of like, you know what I mean? Like some, like I don't know why, like it's giving me like somebody, like it's giving me somebody, like I keep on hearing whose ego's tripping out when someone goes, oh, I'm so glad you made the time, and being like, you're exhausted, you're busy, is what I keep on seeing. Like it's like I keep on seeing like somebody being too much in their headspace, right? Will create a mythology upon the, like I keep wondering, entitled energy will see choices instead of need. I feel like you need to write that down. Entitled energy will always see choices instead of need. Because I keep wondering, when someone's free, when someone's got some kind of la-di-da opinion, and they see somebody working tirelessly, right? Then I keep on hearing they're like that is the entitled perspective. That is the entitled like point of view. When someone I keep on hearing when someone has like this entire I keep wondering when someone has like an abundance of time, and I don't know why I keep on seeing this, like somebody who's like looking for something to do with their time, and they see you working tirelessly. I keep on hearing like they'll take offense in the fact that you're doing everything you can instead of appreciating how hard you work. So I keep on seeing observe, don't absorb. Don't I keep wondering, don't break your back, like, don't break your back for someone who refuses to perceive you for who you are, is what I keep on hearing. Thank you so much for having that reading with me, Kath. And if this message Continue. If this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list, and I think you know this, I see, I feel like this is you like finding your inner circle. You know what I mean? Like this is you finding your inner circle of the energy that truly values and appreciates you. But I can see how frustrating it is as you're doing so. You know, I keep on, and did you see like how quickly, like I got a blockage as I was saying that, you know, like the difference between someone saying like, I recognize that, I appreciate that, I value your time versus someone saying, I demand more of it is what I keep on hearing. And it's funny too, because I keep on seeing like and I keep on hearing too, especially when your health is on the line. I'm not going to turn this into a health reading, but I feel like there's something observational in relationality to you being able to make healthier choices by stepping back from things, you know? Thank you so much again, Kat, for having this reading with me. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list is open. You'll be the 5th person read for. 3 cards for a donation of 29 or more. 4 cards for a donation of 23 or more for my subscribers. Links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I don't read for across these apps, pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. I'm going to take a few minutes to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. How are you doing, Addie? Good to see you today. Hope you're having a beautiful start to your week. Excellent. And just bear with me as I read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. Absolutely. Hi there, Agnes. Thank you for also receiving these messages. All right. No breakthrough yet, as far as I know at the moment. I feel like you're like, here's the thing, but here's the thing. If you're getting, I keep wondering if you're getting frustrated at something and you're moving away from it, like that in itself is the breakthrough. Yep. I started exploring and applying outside my current work environment. Thank you for confirming. Okay, what I was seeing. I feel like I'm getting it now. Yeah. You're right on working tirelessly. And Tina, thank you so much for the follow. Good to hear that. Like who's ego tripping who? That resonates. Thank you for the advice. I won't let anyone tripping me. And I feel like that's the hard, like I keep on seeing like if somebody um like I keep on just getting like don't let somebody get like overprotective upon the fact that they don't recognize how exhausted you are, is what I keep on seeing. I agree, that's on them. I feel like I'm distancing from many, but I keep on seeing like this is what I meant about you kind of refining upon those that you're keeping close to the self. From many close energies, exactly. That's part of my work now, prayer now. Help me put myself in alignment to my highest good. That's beautiful, Kath. You're so welcome, Works. Yep. And it's not going to be easy. I keep on seeing this. Yeah, entitled energy will see choices instead of need. Exactly. This resonates in my current work environment. Resonates literally just getting over. Oh, sending you support, Ella. Okay. So you said I'm working towards auditing close people, like asking myself if they're. But this is what I keep on seeing. Like this is how I feel like this is the barometer by which you'll be able to articulate that, which is energy. I keep on hearing the energy that doesn't take the fact that you're busy personally is what I keep on getting. The energy that does not take the fact that you are busy personally. Yep. And thank you so much. And it's so good to see you back, dear. And you're so welcome. And thank you so much for being here and receiving this reading. All right. The next person we're reading for today is Ivana. Ivana, if you're here, can you respond in all caps? Let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. And if you'd like to get on the list right now, the list is open. You'll be the 5th person read for. 3 cards for a donation of 29 or more. 4 cards for a donation of 23 or more for my subscribers. Links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps, pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. We do here highest priority messages from spirit, life path, dream interpretations, angelic guidance, animal spirit guide readings, pet readings, akashic, mediumship, and mind, body, spirit. If you have information that is relevant to our readings, you can post it in the notes when you send the donation, or you can post it in our subscriber only disco channel in the appropriate channels. All right, and before we continue right now, let's do an animal intuition check. I've got the animal spirit guide cards here. All right, we're going to count back from 10, and when we get to 1, I will reveal the card. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We got the bear. Thank you guys for participating. We'll do that again after the next reading. And I'm going to pin up, hold on a moment. Yep, Ivana. I've got you here. I'm going to pin up Ivana here. Guys, make sure to give Ivana some love. What are you doing up here, girlfriend? What's up? Okay. What do you need? Sorry, Strega wanted to make an appearance. Okay. So Strega wants to be close for your reading right now. That's okay. Can I please get, yep. Can I please get 4 cards? Yep. One moment. That's very yeah. 3 cards. Sorry, 3 cards for Ivana. What's up, girlfriend? Thank you. Yeah, it feels like it feels like it's time to like do something new here. You know? I know you want me to pull one of these. That's why you came up here. Thank you. Yeah, there it is. Getting over some point of stagnation. Come on up. Come on. I know you want to. But this is what I'm talking about. Strega usually doesn't show up on a reading unless it's like I feel like I see you going through some kind of changes right now in relationality to wanting to be able to bring more of your authentic self into the workspace is what I keep on hearing. You know? Like it's the desire not to want to like leave a part of yourself at home is what I keep on getting. It's like and I think that I think it's interesting because I feel like it's almost like I feel like you're looking like here's the thing about it. Like I feel like you're in some kind of stagnation point where someone's like, why isn't it working? We're doing all the right things. Being like, have you tried doing something not right? Have you tried doing something different? Innovation requires the space. I keep on hearing you have to have a conversation with someone about the fact that innovation literally means trial and error is what I keep on seeing. Enter like career spaces that demand perfection often stagnate. Career spaces that demand perfection. Yeah, I know. No, you see, that's yeah, I know. We've got enough cards out right now. But that's what I keep like. That's what I'm getting here. When you can't, it's perfection is stagnation, and I keep on seeing it's like you almost have to have a conversation with someone upon the fact that there's something in your workspace where energy's scared stiff. And you can't, I keep wondering, you can't expect magnificence from scared energy. If someone creativity I keep wondering creativity. I almost feel like you have to say to someone, all right, how are we going to fail today? Like, what are we going to learn today? Because if you're not, I keep on saying it's like the conversation that you need to have with someone saying you have to create, if you want something incredible, you have to create the space by which it's healthy to make mistakes. Because if not, you're never going to do anything different. Because why would anyone bring anything new to you if they're so worried about potentially doing something in a way that is different than the way it's always been done? You know? And I think it's weird because I can see, I don't know why. I often see this when I see somebody who's working on like a legacy brand or something that has a lot of I keep on getting my voice wants to drop. like, we've got a reputation to uphold, and being like, old, we've got a reputation to uphold. Oh, just remove the H and you just get old, right? We've got a reputation to uphold. There's no H in it. It's just whole. It's just old. We're just old, 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 and nobody's interested, right? And I feel like that's what you got. You got to say, like, that's like, are you guys a museum, right? Reputations for museums. It's for old stuff. But if you want to do something fun, you have to shake it up. And I feel like that's the thing you have to say to someone. I feel like you almost have to say to someone, you need to create, and I keep on hearing, if it's not the whole place, you need to create an incubator. They need an incubator, which says, okay, look, if it's not everybody, like, let's just create a little, like, group that can do something different to show you, like, to show you, to show the possibilities of what could energetically happen. And I feel like you might have to show them some examples, because I keep on hearing, you can't be in a situation where you can't ask the impossible. You can't say, we want something new, but we're not willing to change anything we've ever done. What? We want something new, but don't touch anything. We want something new, but don't, no, you can't touch that. But then what do you want? What do you want? You see, and Strega, do you see Strega? She's nipping it. What? I know. That's what I mean. It's like you're asking, it's like asking for the energetic impossibility point. And so I feel like you have to say to someone, like, I feel like, in a way, I feel like you have to give someone, like, some cautionary tales in relationality to energy, that, like, the word you want to get is reinterpretation, which is saying, like, look, you can hold on to something and reinterpret it for, like, today, because I keep on hearing, if you don't reinterpret it, it's a dead language. I feel like that's like that. I feel like it's almost like the conversation you have to have with someone about something somewhere that you are being somewhat out of touch, is what I keep on getting. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, everybody loves us is literally the sound of a ship sinking. It's like this, everybody loves us. Everybody recognizes us is literally like the sound of a ship, like going, like, I keep on saying, like, going down, which is the space by which that, I keep on hearing, like, it's funny too, because I keep on hearing, like, mama, like, when I read for something, which is like the space by which I keep on hearing, if you're more worried if you're more worried about saving face than making a statement, what's the face for? If you're more worried about saving face than making a statement, what's the face for? Is what I keep on seeing, which is almost like, I don't know if there's something about them not wanting to take a stand upon something, or refusing to hold an opinion about something, because they keep on articulating upon, like, I keep on hearing, like, upon, like, losing, like, I keep on hearing upon, like, losing favor, but I keep on hearing, like, that I keep on hearing, like, that's the catch 22 in some situation that you're in, saying to somebody, I thought you said that the thing that's stable is the fact that energy, like, looks towards them to set a standard, right? So I keep on hearing, there's nothing worse than somebody who says they look towards us to set a standard, but we're afraid to say anything because we're worried about losing their opinion. I'm like, that means you stand for nothing, right? You can't say others look to us to set the standard and then say we're afraid to hold our ground on something. Being like, what do you like that? You can't hold both of those forms, right? I feel like it's almost like I feel like that it's like that in itself is what I feel like you have to articulate to someone. Like, it's like working through a point of stagnation in relationality to kind of, like, I feel like the space by which I keep on hearing, like, you have to say to someone, we're calcifying, right? Which is almost like you saying to another person, like, we become too rigid. Like, it's like I keep on hearing, like that is like that's being too I keep on hearing being too stuffy, being too like the sound, like, I keep on hearing, like, that is like I keep on hearing Others look to us to set the standard, but we can't do anything that might affect their opinion of us. Like that in itself is, I keep on hearing, if you're catching that, like I keep on seeing, that is the sound of something that is energetically rigid because it doesn't mean anything. It's just, I keep on hearing that's something that's just a figurehead for itself. Instead, I keep on hearing like figureheads are supposed to be on the front of ships, which means they go somewhere, right? They point to a direction. So I feel like it's almost like you having to have a conversation with someone as to what it's supposed to mean to be a figurehead. The difference between a bust and a figurehead is a bust just stands there. A figurehead is going somewhere. So I feel like you have to have conversations with someone in relationality to the vision in terms of like what that mean. Like I keep on hearing like what that possible future is. Thank you so much for having that reading with me, dear. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for the, oh, now you're chilling out in terms of like, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list is open. It is 3 cards for a donation of 29 or more. 4 cards for a donation of 23 or more for my subscribers. Links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps: pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. We're also at 31.6K likes. When we get to 50K, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective. So make sure you're tapping that screen and we'll get to 50K in no time. And I'm just going to take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through as it was reading. I've got you on the list, Per. No worries. All right. And thank you, Dee, for the follow. Solo animal guesser. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you can hear her purring. I know. At least she's not snoring. I know. She had to show up. The meatball's back. Yep. Yeah, I love my job, but I feel stuck. No growth. I feel stuck in so many ways at this time. Uh-huh. Very old school company. Thank you for confirming. As soon as I started reading for it, I got really stuffy. Yeah, they're not open to hear new ideas. That's the thing. Hi there, Susie. Yeah, it's been so many years. It's scary to leave. I get it. I can imagine. Thank you guys for supporting each other in the comments. Hi there, Per. Oh, you want me to gift your reading by picking a number? I can absolutely do that. Absolutely. So what we're going to do is Bridget would like to gift their reading to someone here for today. So we're going to do, before we get to 50K, we're going to do one now. So I am thinking of a number right now between, I'm thinking of a number right now between, and thank you so much, Bridget. You'll definitely get an extra card next time you do a reading. And thank you. Please, guys, thanks, Bridget, for that beautiful gift. I'm thinking of a number right now between 1 and yeah, I'm thinking of a number right now between 1 and 38. First person I see that posts a number will get the reading. First person I see, not the first person that posts it. Sometimes I see things in a different order than you guys post them. Alexandra got it. Congratulations, dear. Thank you. That was really fast. All right. So, and thank you, Alexandra. I know you're already on the list right now. So if you want to let me know if you would like to have 2 readings today or if you want to hold that. It was very fast. She was like that. Excellent. All right, we're going to continue right now. And the next person on the list for today, we are going to do that again when we get to 50K. So make sure you're tapping that screen. We'll get to 50K in no time. In the meantime, if anyone else would like to get on the list right now, the list is open. You will be the 1, 2, 3, 4th person read for today. Great time to get on the list. And the list is nice and short. 3 cards for a donation of 29 or more, 4 cards for a donation of 23 or more for my subscribers. Links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I don't read for across these apps: pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. Okay, absolutely. And thank you again, Bridget. A beautiful gift to give back to the collective. The next person We are reading for today is per. Oh no, pause, not per. Alexandra is next. Alexandra, can you let me know if we're doing a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer? And per, I saw that you put your question up, so thank you for getting it up ahead of time. And while we wait for Alexandra's question, let's do an intuition check. I've got the animal spirit guide card here. We're going to count back from 10, and when we get to 1, I will reveal the card. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We got the sow. Thank you guys for participating. We'll do that again after the next reading. And just bear with me. Oop. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. And so Alexandra has their question. I know it's inside tea, so please hold on as I read it. But in the meantime, let's make sure to give Alexandra some love. I'm going to pin them up here. If I can pin, thank you. Got it. Okay, thank you, dear. And it's interesting too because I already see like a portion of this reading has to do with like all of these cards are transverse, and I can't read on all of these cards being transverse, but there's something really important in relationality to the fact that the deck split and all the cards were transverse. So can I please get 4 cards, please? Two more. Yes. Oh man. Wow. You got double 7 of cups out. I'm gonna walk you through why you feel nostalgic about something. You know? I keep on getting when it was good, it was very, very good, but when it was bad, it was awful. The bright points are what pin a butterfly to a bad situation. I've got some energy here that like, and it's funny too. Like the thing about it is like there's like every time I read for you, you've got a guide that comes through, and I keep on seeing you've got a right to be upset. The bright points are the fact that you have to look at bright. The reason it wasn't healthy is because you're saying the bright points were exquisite. Of course they were. Why would you stay if they weren't? Why would you stay if they weren't? I see somebody who intentionally was having moments of trying to blow the curve for you. But the thing is, when we're in a healthy relationship, we don't blow curves because it's reliable. It's what you can expect every day. A few exceptional experiences do not a relationship make. But boy, oh boy, if someone is really good at making an exceptional experience, they can keep you stuck in a bad one. So it's amazing, right? It's amazing. Yeah, you've got a right to be nostalgic because when you have moments like that, you're like, why couldn't it be like that all the time? Because somebody because if it was healthy, it would be like that all the time. I want you to write that down. If it was healthy, they wouldn't be points. It would have been the whole experience. The whole experience, the entirety of it would just be bright point after bright point. You would not have to look and say, ooh, right? When it was good, it was very, very good. When it was bad, it was awful, is the sound of an unhealthy relationship. And I'll tell you right now, the reason unhealthy relationships are so hard to move away from is because it's not because they were bad all the time. Why would you stay somewhere that was awful? Right? And often those that are not in healthy like often the space by which someone knows, right? I keep on hearing there's no taking you out. And the thing is, I keep on seeing the thing about it is, and this is why I keep on getting, I want you to recognize that relationship's still available to you. But it's a type of relationship that would require you to be on the shelf, waiting for someone to have the inclination to share an exquisite moment with you. That is the shape of someone's manifestation goal. I know it's hard, is what I keep on seeing. It's painful when we experience that. Because often the way we can have this is going, why can't I have that all the time? Because someone doesn't want to, because that's not, and I think it's really interesting because I need to point out where's Strega right now? She's sitting contentedly behind me, right? She's just sitting there happily. And I keep on seeing there was an issue between you and another person with proximity. And I keep on hearing when we're in healthy relationship, we are obsessed with getting closer to each other. We don't say to each other, like, we don't get mad at another person's attention. We don't get mad at another person asking for it because we understand that that is the energy that is prioritizing us. And so I feel like the hard thing about this, and I wouldn't be surprised if energy like this is still circling. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't try to come back at some point and say, have you reconsidered your opinion about being on the shelf? Have you reconsidered? Have you reconsidered the opinion about being on the shelf? Like I prioritize the way you're going to heal from that nostalgia is I prioritize energy that prioritizes me. And once this is the important thing, and once the same things as me. That doesn't feel like a negotiation. It doesn't feel like someone deciding to grace them with your presence. I keep on hearing like we don't say like, okay, but and I keep on hearing, I see like, and again, if there was a relationship with someone that tried to say you broke this because you weren't patient enough, that is the sound of someone keeping you on a shelf, right? Somebody being like, your impatience broke that. No, it didn't. You're patient. You are a very patient person. You are a very patient person, right? Somebody who's constantly keeping you waiting will tell you that you're not patient enough. There shouldn't be any waiting in a healthy relationship. Bottom of the deck on this reading. It's painful. I can't believe this. I just went to draw the bottom of the deck. Remember how I said the deck split? The deck split because they needed this to be the bottom of the deck. You've got three, 7 of cups on the table right now, right? They don't want to prioritize anybody. I would not be surprised if this person has a bunch of energy circling around them. And you usually can find energy like this because they're like, yeah, everybody's always obsessed with me. Baby, my love, that is not obsessed energy. That is a bunch of confused energy trying to figure out what you are to them, like what it is they have with you, right? Energy that creates confusion everywhere they go will often say, oh gosh, yeah, they're obsessed with me. Were they obsessed with you? Or were they literally seeking direction? Right? That is I feel like that is you're just like another one, just one of them. One of what? Somebody who seeks direction? We're supposed to have direction in relationship. And like I keep on seeing, and that's what I said. Like this is, I want you to recognize this is still available for you. Anytime. I want you to recognize that's a hard part about this. This is a willpower situation. Anytime you want to go back there, they would be glad. I wouldn't be surprised if they're checking your stuff, but they're not communicating, right? I'm still interested. I'm still interested. If you ever change, like someone peeking on you, but not giving you clarity, and then saying that you broke something because you asked for clarity, is someone saying, if you ever want to abandon that pesky manifestation goal and just be satisfied with whatever I want to give to you, the door is always open, right? It, I know it stinks, but I keep on hearing healthy conversation is a healthy conversation, and a relationship is not built upon or based upon waiting. And I know, like, what's so hard about that is I know that you saw how exquisite it could be, but I keep on seeing healthy energy is is exquisite consistently. I want you to write that down. Healthy energy is exquisite consistently. Thank you so much for having that. And because I feel like that, and you'll find it again. You're going to find it again, and it's going to be better. It's going to be better than that was, because I keep on saying it's going to be painful, because you're going to see, like, it's going to be painful because you're going to be able to see that you can have it all the time. And I keep on hearing, when that happens, don't let this energy come back. When that happens, don't let this energy from the past come back and suddenly pine about the fact that they're finally ready, right? Don't I keep on hearing, when we are looking for something good, we don't craft perfect experiences, right? I keep hearing a little too good. I don't know. I keep hearing sounds a little like a line, right? Oh, I keep on hearing something like, "Oh, I surprised you," being like, "Did you surprise me, or is this like something you do for everybody?" Is what I don't know where I'm getting that. Being like, "Look what I did for you." Being like, "Did you do that for me, or did you do that for everybody?" There's something about that there. Yeah. Thank you so much for having that reading with me. Because I keep on hearing someone being like, "I don't do this for everybody." I keep on hearing somebody say, "I don't do this for everybody," is a line. Is what I keep on hearing. I don't know where that's coming from, but I feel like the guides need you to hear that. "I don't do this for everybody" is a line, is what I keep on hearing. Thank you so much for having that reading with me, Alexandra. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list is open. It is, and it's because here, I'm sorry, I just keep on getting like, here's the kicker. You were everything they were looking for. I don't know where they blew it. Thank you so much for having this reading with me. And if this message connected to you as well, if this message connected to you as well, if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. And if you would like to get on the list is open. It is 3 cards for a donation of 20. They just couldn't believe it. 3 cards for a donation. They're going to find out. 3 cards for a donation of 29 or more. 4 cards for a donation of 23 or more for my subscribers. I think you tried to tell them. 3 cards for a donation of 3 cards for a donation of 29 or more. 4 cards for a donation of 23 or more for my subscribers. Links in my bio. Please keep in mind, there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps: pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in the private reading, and you can book a private reading on my site. We are also at 38.1K likes. When we get to 50K, I'll be gifting a reading back to the collective, so make sure you're tapping that screen. And we'll get to 50K in no time. I'm going to take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. Too many sevens. Dragon horde energy. See this? You see this? This is what I see when I see a bunch of stuff. Ooh, but you know what I could have? I could have some more. I could have some more. I'll never understand it. I'll never understand it. I'll never understand it. Yeah, this is what we mean by a sign to your sign. Exactly. It's wild. I can't believe how many sevens came out. Oh, that hurts my heart, man. Ash, thank you for the follow. Yep. Yep. You can get on the list. No, absolutely. I got you, dear. Hold on a minute. You said the 10th. 1 second. 1 sec. Bum, ba, bum. Yep, I got you. Okay. I keep on hearing count the days you gave somebody. Count the days to finish that conversation, Alexandra. Because I keep on hearing when something changes, that's very different. All right. How are you doing, sweet? The list right now, if you'd like to get on it, is hold on a minute. Don't bite, Strags. I have to be over here. Okay, you came up here. I'm working. I've got one, two, one, two. You'll be the third person read for today. Okay. Yep. That's true though. And here's the thing. I feel like this is a part, like you saw the fact that this person was leaving a lot of energy around them in a point of confusion. I think you brought it up, right? Pick a direction. Yeah, that's relatable. I felt like I was right there. And now I feel like I feel so far, but I know you're not, here's the thing. No, you're not going to find it again. You don't want that again. You're going to find better. I keep on seeing, I keep on hearing something awful should not, like it's something, there are no bright points. There are no bright points in a healthy relationship, is what I keep on hearing. Because it's all bright points, is all I keep on hearing. Like I've got a guide that's being very clear saying you are not going to find that again. Because I keep on hearing bright points are not found in a healthy relationship. It's all bright. You're so welcome, dear. I know this, I mean, I told you, it's due to the fact of Neptune being back in Pisces, but also the combination of as soon as it's not the full moon that did it, it's Jupiter going into retrograde in Cancer, which is like the ability to understand how much we've changed, right? Yeah. And thank you as well. Excellent. All right. Yeah, I have a feeling they see it soon clearly. I'm going to step into it with or without them. Sending you support, Alexandra. And thank you so much, Laurel, for the follow. Yes, I can do that for you. Yeah, I can give you the one card if you're stepping away. All right. Just bear with me a moment. And the list is actually closed right now. Okay. And one card for Yaz, please. Highest priority. I feel like I see you, like focus. I feel like there's something, I keep on hearing something about this trip. Remember that you're still professional within it. Keep on looking for opportunities. Yeah, I keep on getting the same message around something. Better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. And I feel like the thing I'm seeing is your resume. Animal spirit guide. Yeah, the dog, right? Like I feel like there's something about this. I keep on hearing a negative that's going to turn into a positive. You're so welcome, dear. All right, the next person we are reading for today is Per. Per, if you're here, can you respond in all caps? Let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. Okay. Absolutely. Oh, we got a dream on the disco. And before we continue right now, I've got the animal spirit guide card here. We're going to count back from 10, and when we get to 1, I will reveal the card. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We got the swan. Thank you guys for participating. We'll do that again after the next reading. Thank you for the compliment, Kay. All right. And so is this inside T or outside T? Thank you for the compliment, Kay. All right. All right. I remembered 3 fragments from last night's dream, and I'm mainly interested in the last one. Even in the dream, I felt that I needed to pay attention. I'm including the other 2 fragments in case they're related. Fragment 1, a celebration at someone's house. At the location, I also saw a few people I know. The dream was in pastel colors. I remember that I really, really, really wanted to eat the cake. A woman complained to me that she was incredibly tired. I asked her what was going on, and she told me that she had received shares or stocks from my previous employer. Number 2, I was in the dark on a square with lots of food places around it. It had a student like atmosphere. I remember trying to walk across some kind of wooden platform, and I fell through the planks with my legs straight into all the food scraps. I found the whole situation extremely disgusting. An unkempt, dirty man was sitting next to it and burst out laughing. He said he had set it up on purpose so that people would get dirty. The food scraps mostly consisted of pasta. Fragment 3. That's interesting. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Fragment 3. Then I decided to go have a drink with a friend, someone I know in real life, a guy. It was difficult to reach the bar, and we lost track of the guy. We took the stairs, but the stairs didn't reach far enough to get to the entrance. Because of that, we looked for another way to get inside through the domed roof, which worked. The bar lounge looked beautiful, very bright and chic. I was offered a drink. A small, hunched elderly woman walked up to me. She looked like a fortune teller or a witch. She opened her bag, and I saw a white sheet of paper that said, "A reading costs $1,000. I thought it was a very high price and had already decided that I was going to say no to the reading. However, the old woman didn't ask anything. Instead, she took 2 prints from her bag. On the first, a wolf was depicted, surrounded by handwritten notes. Then she took out a print of a pig and showed it to me as well. Just like the wolf, it had the handwritten notes on it. The only thing I can still remember was tick tock. I was able to read all the text at the time, but I can't remember any of the notes now. I felt relieved that she hadn't asked for money, and I knew she understood that I didn't want to pay for anything. That's why she didn't give me any further explanation beyond showing me the animals and the notes. I love it. I love it. Can I please get, yes, 4 cards, please? Thank you. All right. 2 more. I feel like the thing we're seeing right now has to do with the force of intention. And I feel like what's happening in relationality to this is the 3 fragments show you about the beauty of what can happen when someone brings their intention to a less than ideal situation. Now, in the first one, we saw that you saw the dream was in pastel colors. And you said you really, really wanted to eat cake. But there was a woman who complained to you that she was incredibly tired, and you asked her what was going on. She told me she had received shares and stocks from a previous employer. So, this is the intention of understanding that when things are good and someone doesn't have the right intention, then things can be absolutely wonderful, but someone doesn't see what a gift the present is. And that's articulated in the space by which you described the fact that there were pastel colors and you really wanted to eat cake. And there you saw someone with cake, right? You saw somebody who was effectively talking about the fact they were so upset. Why are they upsetting? They were talking about how tired they were. It's so hard. Why are they tired? Because someone's giving me all these stocks. They're giving me so much. There's so much of, I have all of this money. I don't know what to do with all of this money. Oh my God, what do I do with all this money? And you're sitting there wanting cake and being like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? You're kidding me? Like, that is the space. Someone is filled with cake, and what are they doing? They're complaining that they have too much cake. Instead of saying, "Would you like some of these? Would you like some cake? Would you like some cake?" Or you being, why aren't you saying, "I'll take some of that off your hands. I'll take some of that cake," right? And then we get to the space, and then we've got this little space where you said that there was a square with lots of food places around it, had a student-like atmosphere, and you remember trying to walk around, right? And you felt like there were like you were gonna fall through the planks into all these food scraps. And then you said they found the whole situation really gross. And then there was an unkept, dirty man there that was sitting next to it and was bursting out laughing. And he said he had set it out on purpose so that people would get dirty, right? And you said the food scraps are mostly consisted of pasta, which is funny because pasta is like if it sticks, right? Like you throw pasta on the wall to see if something sticks. Now it talks about the space, and this is talking about you kind of navigating the weight and recognition of, I keep on hearing the circumstances between someone being obtuse or intentional, which is often the space by which another person doesn't recognize, right? Doesn't recognize like the like what it is that they're working on versus someone being very intentional in trying to hurt someone, right? And so it's interesting when you look at these two contexts in parallax to each other, because it's the space by which the first one introduced that, which is saying, was that person, like, was that person saying that because they were completely obtuse to the fact, right? Was that someone being completely obtuse to the fact that they didn't recognize the gift that they had in the fact that they're articulating, right, upon the fact that they have so much of something? Or was it a humble brag? Right? Was it a humble brag? Someone being like, "Oh, it's just it's so hard. I'm too success like something like, it's so hard. I'm too successful. It's just it's so difficult, right? Like the space by which it's sometimes hard to tell if someone is saying something because they can't recognize, like they don't see the shape of something that they're doing if they're not aware of it or if they're intentionally trying to hurt us, right? Like, that's what's so hard about it, and the juxtaposition of those two mentalities is why it's sometimes hard to be able to differentiate. And that brings us to the third fragment, right? And what do we see in the third fragment? You said that you're out for drinks with a friend and a guy, right? And so you said you had a difficulty reaching the bar, right? So you said you had a hard time determining the intentions of others, right? The space by which someone is saying something because they're not aware of it, or something that by which they're trying to hurt you from it. And then you said when you were there, you said you tried to take the stairs, but the stairs didn't reach far enough to get there, right? So you have that logical leap that makes it hard sometimes to ascertain another person's intentions. And you said you tried to look for a way to get inside through the domed roof, which it worked, right? So you had to go over, you're taking a higher perspective on something, right? Sometimes the only way to see something is by taking a higher perspective to it. And then you said that in the when you got inside, the bar or the lounge looked beautiful. It was very bright and chic. You were offered a drink, and there was a fortune teller, right? And you said she opened their bag, and there was a white sheet of paper that said a reading cost $1,000. Now it's interesting because you can't see numbers in the dream space. And you said you thought the price was really high, but you decided that you were not going to get a reading. But the old woman didn't ask anything of you, right? Instead, she took two prints from her bag. And she said, and I think it's interesting because you said the first one, there was a wolf surrounded with handwritten notes. And you said you took out another one that had a pig. And you showed it to me as well. And just like the wolf, there were handwritten notes around it. The only thing that you can still remember was tick tock, which is time. And this is the disparity, because the hard part is that sometimes in the journey of knowing another person, it's hard to tell another person's intentions. And the truth is sometimes only time, right? Time is the fortifier in helping us build into reliable experiences with another person. That's how we form trust. Trust can only be formed with time, because whenever we meet someone for the first time, there's always an inherent risk as to whether, right? As to whether they're in the energy of a wolf, right? Someone who's trying to hurt others, or someone who's trying to someone who's trying to take advantage of another person, versus the energy I keep on seeing. And I think it's interesting that you said that there was a wolf or a pig and there were notes surrounded upon it. Because the thing with the thing with the energy of a pig is that it's something that I keep on, and this is remember I said obtuse or intentional, right? So this is you trying to decide when you experience that from another person if they're trying to hurt you, or if they can't, they just don't recognize it, right? Wolf or pig. Okay, like wolf or pig. And that's why we see that the reason that you said that the only thing you can remember was TikTok, which says that the ability to, and it's funny too because you didn't get a fortune from her, you couldn't afford it, right? But she said like it was interesting because they were giving you a tip, which was I'm saying the way that you usually can find out, like in some contexts, the way you can find out if someone is saying something that is obtuse or intentional is in the modality of time, right? In the experience by which I keep on hearing, even in the experience by which you articulate to another, right? And allowing that to effectively help you identify. And that's why we saw the fact that you couldn't reach the stairs, but you climbed over, because being able to climb over gives you the ability of having a full perspective, right? And that's why we often talk about when another person doesn't see somebody and be like, I know that person. I know that person. They wouldn't do that, right? Like that's the reliability by which we often build the architecture of healthy relationship. Bottom of the deck, judgment. I know it stinks. It's it's hard because the modality, right? The modality by which we recognize and amplify, right? It requires us to have to take risk, right? Learning, coming, like getting, like the danger of inherently meeting one another is that we can never know each other's intentions. But I think that there's something beautiful about these fragments that are trying to help you recognize that even if you don't have the full extent of something, you can allow the discernment to come through. And I keep on seeing the discernment is effectively identified in what can be energetically corrective, which is the space by which if you bring something, and here's what the thing I need to point out, you were silent in all of those experiences. In the first one, right, you didn't mention to that person that you were hungry, even though they were talking about having effectively the solution to your problem, right? Like you're like, I need cake. Someone being like, I've got all of this cake, right? Why didn't you say something, right? The second one, right? The modality, like of the space by which you were recognizing someone who was getting delight watching people like hurt themselves, right? It's like I feel like there's a little bit of an implicit space here that says that your ability to arbitrate through them is by shedding light upon them, right? The way we can usually tell the difference between something that is obtuse versus something that's intentional is the gift by which we provide by shedding light upon the situation to see if someone's in the space of being corrective for it. So I feel like there's something important about that, and I think that that's beautiful in the space by which you had the third modality, because it says like don't make assumptions, ask healthy questions. Thank you so much for having that reading with me. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing the list is now closed, but if you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can book one on my site. 3 cards for a donation of 29 or more, 4 cards for a donation of 23 or more for my subscribers. What are you doing, Strega? Binks of my Lio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I don't read for across these apps, pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. I'm going to take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. Also, Bridget, I apologize for this. Would it be okay if we move you? If we move you to the first reading, because I just realized that I'm a little bit shorter on time than I expected to be today. So I just wanted to make sure that that's okay. I know Strega's being a rebel right now. I'm going to take a minute to read over the comments that came through. I deeply appreciate that, Bridget. Thank you so much. And just bear with me a moment, please, as I read over the comments. Thank you as well, Kay. Grand Rising T. Thank you for the compliment, Kay. It would be funny if a wolf or a boar came out. But I keep on seeing like I feel like it's not, because it's talking. I feel like the guides are giving you these fragments to say like, this is how you can arbitrate through them. Very interesting. Yeah, I'm asking Sin to read for less. Exactly. I also would like some cake. Yeah, exactly. Lydia, thank you for the follow. Oh my, I never in my life I would have connected the dots. How you doing today, Figs? I'd get crash into your pastel dream to have some cake. I love the dream interpretations too. The psychology. Yeah, it's interesting. Thank you as well, Rihanna. Yeah, the wolf and the two prints. Yeah, two prints. Not prince. Prince. Yep. Thank you, Jim, for the follow. I say yes to full perspective. Amazing insight. Laurel, I didn't see you get on the list here. Can you just confirm the initial on where you sent the donation? And we are going to get started on one card readings for subscribers. Oh my God, that's amazing, Bridget. All right. So if you are a subscriber who would like a card pulled, can you go ahead and put your, hold on a minute, put your question in the comments. And if you'd like to become a subscriber, you just need to, hold on a minute. Okay. Excellent. All right. One moment, please. How are you doing today, Sedona? I do my best. Excellent. I got you good. Highest priority for good, please. I feel like there's something about the work that I see you doing now. Don't give up on something. Just be consistent upon it. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, especially in relationality to communicating your feelings, right? Like I feel like there's something about not removing yourself from something, but speaking upon why something is so personal to you, especially with the sow energy, right? I feel like there's something important there about articulating upon something in a bigger way. I keep on hearing like not making like I keep on hearing like there's something in relationality to talking about something, but why I keep on hearing why it feels so personal to you. Highest priority for Fig, please. Magician in its reversal, which is saying to me, again, all you can do is everything that you can do. Like I keep on hearing healthy relationship does not require you to bend over backwards. So make sure, I keep on hearing, make sure that you're articulating upon your needs in relationality to like what is achievable versus what feels like it's energetically impossible, especially if someone is asking you to do the impossible, is what I keep on hearing. Animal spirit guide. Yeah, especially with the swan energy. I feel like I keep on hearing in healthy relationship, we always give each other the benefit of the doubt. What's before you is not, I keep on hearing what's before you is not what's behind you. So don't feel like, I keep on hearing, don't let the caution for the past prevent you from exploring new energetic connection. You know, one moment, please. All right, continuing. Spirit led. Oh, I got you, Kath. Hold on a minute. Spirit led for Kath. Highest priority on career, please. One moment. All right. We've got the Knight of Cups here in its upright. So I feel like there's something significant and important in relationality to being able to communicate upon your feelings. Or I keep on seeing like having to have an uncomfortable conversation with someone in relationality to how they are sharing their feelings with you. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, especially with the Knight of Swords. Like I feel like I keep on hearing like somebody saying like even though we catch each other at bad moments, I keep on getting you having to say to someone like we don't take it out on each other, right? Yeah, the adder, right? Especially if it has to deal with somebody being triggered, saying like not sweeping something under the rug and saying, what are we going to do next time? In because I keep on hearing like, let's just forget that ever happened is how we assure that it will again. Excellent. All right, one moment, please. You're so welcome, dear. Bean, one card spirit led, please. I feel like there's something about you being able to communicate to another person what your vision is. Bottom of the deck. Healthy energy does not require us to repeat ourselves. If you've communicated what your intentions are and it feels like someone is just like I keep on seeing like perpetually misunderstanding them, animal spirit guide, yeah, the bear energy, like don't let somebody like get you frustrated. Observe, don't absorb. I feel like it's I keep on saying instead of getting I keep on hearing instead of getting upset, refer back is what I keep on getting. Nikki, highest priority, please. Um, don't I keep on hearing something about bringing optimism to a situation. I keep on hearing we can be optimistic, but not delusional. I don't know why the word delusional is coming through, which is like I keep on hearing we have to have optimism in relationality to assuming that we're doing the best that we can, right? Like I keep on seeing like helping another person, like I keep on getting the same message. I want you to imagine you've never met someone like me before, right? The space by which we don't assume the worst, but we give each other the gift of assuming the best in relationality to something that we've never been, especially in the space by which we're doing something that we've never done before. Animal spirit guide, yeah, especially with the hawk energy. So this is saying to me, like having to have an ability to articulate upon, I keep hearing pattern recognition is a good thing because by recognizing unhealthy patterns, we can create better ones. One card for Susie. One card, Susie, highest priority, please. I feel like this is you working tirelessly to make something better. Don't get caught, bottom of the deck. Yeah, don't let a moment destroy your day, right? Let it be like let a frustration be the frustration of the moment. Don't let it move you off of your own course and relationality to doing something more effectively. Bottom of the deck, goose, right? I feel like this is you putting in like new applications or new plans for something. I feel like this is you stretching your wings in some way or trying to do something in a bigger way. Maybe don't do something different, do it bigger is what I keep on getting. B Phoenix, your subscription has ended if you'd like to become renew. Alexandra, one card on counterpart, please. Yeah, I keep on saying there won't be any bright points in a healthy connection because it's going to be, I already know, bottom of the deck. Yeah, it's going to, the bright points indicate the fact that there are points of darkness. I keep on saying, like, that's what I mean. Like, I don't think you're even energetically prepared for what's ahead of you because I keep on hearing you're right, like, there's not going to be bright points because it's going to be like that. I keep on hearing it's going to be like that all the time. Animal spirit guide too. Yeah, the wolf, right? Like the wolf is the difference between somebody who tries to craft good moments versus someone who works tirelessly to keep consistency. I keep on hearing consistency is key. Consistency is key. You're so welcome, good. Ella, one card, highest priority on position and career. Don't get frustrated, start planning. I do feel like you've noticed something that feels like a stagnation point, but that's what I keep on seeing. Don't take your frustrations out on things. Move them into the next thing that you're working towards. Yeah, especially with the Raven, right? Don't let the emotions confound things. Channel the emotions into something that feels energetically productive. You're so welcome. One card for divine counterpart for Bridget. I see somebody healing, and I feel like they're being patient on their healing journey. It's taking time. They've never done this before. Yeah, they're working to extricate themselves from a difficult situation. I keep on hearing, I got myself into this, I'm getting myself out of it. Hawk, right? They're building into, I feel like they're building into a better perspective. They're moving into the higher self. They're seeing things that they haven't seen before. I keep on seeing they've got plans to move that are imminent. You're so welcome, Bean. Joey, the list is closed today, but if you'd like to become a subscriber, I'm happy to pull a one card. All right, Laurel, I did see that you sent. It looks like you sent after I closed the list, so I have some offers for you right now. We can move that into a private reading later tonight. I can give you a 10% discount on a private reading, or I can add you first to the list for tomorrow. I'll be on at the same time, and you'll have first priority on. You'll have first priority on the list. You'll also have an additional card. Just let me know how you'd like to proceed. Ruby, one card on the job opportunity. Be patient right now. I feel like I see something. You're moving in. I feel like you're moving into the position to navigate it. And I keep on hearing there's something about you building a sense of presence, focusing on presence right now, listing your accomplishments. I keep on hearing making something. Keep on hearing making something that shows how proud you are, or being able to speak more and about something that you're doing in a bigger way. Animal spirit guide with the bear. Especially, I keep on hearing this is you coming into presence. Serene, and I feel like there's something I keep on hearing. Don't be over eager. I keep on hearing move towards something, like give something time and patience. Laurel, I will be back on tomorrow at 7 a.m. PST, 10 a.m. Eastern. So if you just want to let me know, I'm happy to. I can either put you first on the list, or we can do a private tonight, and I can give you a discount on that, whatever you'd prefer. And I want to thank you guys so much for being here. For anyone else, again, I want to thank you guys for being here today. If you missed the Daily Collective, it'll be up later today on the place where we keep the videos and the place where we keep the photos. It'll also be up as a podcast over on my spot at Tarot Church and over on my stack. If you became a subscriber today, welcome. I would encourage you to head over to our subscriber-only Disco channel. Introduce yourself to the collective. You'll also find in the collective Disco channel a special coupon code that will give you a discount to our tarot class subscription program. Our next class is going to be held this Thursday. Excellent, Laurel. I'll put you first on the list tomorrow, and thank you so much for that. I'll also give you an additional card. I want to thank you guys so much for being here today and sharing in these messages. Huge thank you to my followers, old and new. Thank you for being here and sharing these messages. Huge thank you to my subscribers. We also did the 50K. So I'm going to quickly do the 50K. I'm thinking of a number right now between 1 and 40. The first person I see that posts it will get the free reading. First person I see, not the first person that posts it. Sometimes I see things in a different order than you guys post them. Nope. 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 Oh, congratulations. Good vibes. You got it. That'll be available for you tomorrow. I hope you guys have an absolutely beautiful day. Please take care of yourselves. Please take care of one another. And we'll do this again tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone.